Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Dark Souls 3 efficient walkthrough. On the last episode, we finished up with the Ring City, and now we'll be making our way back into the main game. We'll pick up a few things at a Firelink Shrine, and then we're going to go and take on the DragonSlayer Armor boss, and then head into Grand Archives. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Grey Rat and let him know that I want him to go and pillage now. The Grand Archives is the last spot that you will find him. This is the last time he pillages as well, so make sure you buy anything that you need from him, as well as Patches. When Grey Rat leaves, Patches won't sell you anything until you beat like a boss or something. Well, he wouldn't sell you anything until either Grey Rat came back or you beat a boss. In this case, you're gonna have to beat a boss because Grey Rat dies the third and final time you send him to pillage, and we'll find his ashes plus the items that he has picked up in the Grand Archives, which is where we're heading next.
Changed your mind? I hope you do. I lived a petty rat, but would rather not die as one. Thank you for placing your trust in me. Don't you worry. Goodbye. Do stays.
Alright, so we got that started. And there should be a couple of items that have shown up outside of Firelink Shrine since Hawkwood is left. We should be able to find his shield outside, as well as a couple of items from Sirius. Sirius. I think Cyrus probably sounds the best. Alright, so Hawkwood's shield should be down at the grave where the undead dog is. There we go. Hawkwood's shield, because he gives it up when he goes back to redeem himself with the Abyss Watchers. And then Cyrus's items are right over by the guy that stands out on the edge that you can kick off. Right at the gravestone here. Sunset shield, which is the shield that that Hodrick used. And so she does drop two. It looks like we'll have to wait for the other one. I'm guessing because we killed Hodrick, the shield showed up, and then when we completely finish her quest line, which she's already vowed herself to us, she'll be available for the DragonSlayer fight as well as the Twin Princes fight. And after you finish those two fights, it doesn't really say where she goes, but it implies that she dies, and you'll get her talisman by the grave as well, and you can buy her armor from the handmaid. Alright, I'm all suited up for the DragonSlayer armor. We're going with high physical defense and high lightning defense. I'm focusing mostly on strike defense out of all the physical ones. The weapon and the shield that the DragonSlayer armor uses deals mostly strike damage. And I'm going with the heavy millwood battle axe. Got a quick rolling R1, does pretty high damage. And we're gonna buff it with some pale pine resin. The DragonSlayer armor is weak to magic and is weak to frost. And to get to the fight, we'll be warping over to the Dragon Barracks. And we're just gonna head straight up the stairs and straight forward. We're not taking any elevators or doing any stupid shortcuts. this is the quickest and easiest way there. I know there's a shortcut elevator for the boss fight, but it's pretty much garbage because you have to get past 3 Lothric Knights to get in the elevator to begin with. On this way up, you only have to get past the 1. You just let him come to you. He's gonna come downstairs, and when he swings, you roll, and it takes him a while to recover from his attack, which will give us a great head start. And then we'll just run up the stairs, leave him behind. He will not follow us unless you don't get enough space in between you, but it's pretty easy to evade him. Now we can summon Aegon of Karim, and we can also summon Cyrus. Now each summon that you summon increases the boss's health. I find it better to just stick with 1, and I think Aegon is much better. When he uses the his weapon art, what is it, Wrath of Gods, it does pretty good against the boss. Cyrus, I don't know. She's more of just a distraction. She doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and she's just not reliable. But Aegon will tank quite a bit of damage and stick around long enough for us to get the boss down at least 3/4 of the way before he dies, if he dies at all. So we fought the DragonSlayer Armor already as a non-boss in the Ringed City DLC. He has the exact same move set. He's a little bit bigger, and he's a little bit more in your face for this fight. Plus there's some of the butterfly pilgrims in the background that shoot out fucking lasers and shit at you while you're fighting. So you gotta watch out for those, and it's on a bridge, so you can be knocked off, and that'll be instant death. So we're gonna stay away from the edges of the bridge. There's a fountain on the far side in the middle that if you ever are in trouble, you can definitely put the fountain between you and the boss and get your heals in or buffs in or whatever you need to do. Let's see. The tactics for this boss are, well, dodge, attack, and only attack when he's not paying attention to you and he's going for your summon. He has quite a few different combos, so you're definitely going to have to learn them at least a little bit in order to know when to get your attacks in. I guess one pointer is that he not only will attack you with his weapon, but he will also attack you with the shield. It goes both ways, and if you're going to be blocking or like strafing to one side, it's actually better to stay towards the hand with the weapon. It seems like the shield will do more damage than the weapon sometimes. So, alright, let's eat some grass, let's head in, let's just get it started. You can see the pilgrim butterfly. It's actually controlling the armor. Yeah. So he's not paying attention to me, but after hitting him a few times, he'll turn around and definitely take notice of you. And there's a 3-hit combo that he does very often right there, where he swings sideways twice and then delays the 3rd hit. That's like a charged hit. When he goes on his knees, you got to be careful he's not actually down. And when he raises it up, shit. When he raises his weapon up like that and slowly walks, he's about to do a very strong attack. see the pilgrim butterfly kind of swooping in here. We're gonna watch out for that guy now. You see the laser. So I think, yeah, there's one on each side. I really feel like I'm over leveled here, so I'm level like 105. No. Don't go. God damn it. Don't want to go towards the edge. Stay in the middle. And Aegon survives. But that went by very quickly, honestly. I'm gonna switch out all my armor. After making our way through the Ring City and where we're at in the game, I feel extremely OP at this point. I usually try not to level up a whole lot in the game. So, but yeah, anyway. Alright, so that's actually the very end of the Lothric Castle area. With the DragonSlayer's soul, you can either make the weapon he has, which is the DragonSlayer Great Axe, or you can make his shield. But anyways, so we're going to continue on, come straight ahead and go to the right. Down these stairs on the right hand side is one Titanite chunk. That's the only item in this area. So we'll just continue into the Grand Archives. And we'll grab the you get the Goddard twin swords and the key to open the door ahead right here off of the dead assassin. And there's a bonfire right here. So if you need to head back to Firelink Shrine and do any leveling up or use up the souls that you just got, now is definitely the time. And with that said, let me get my weapons set up here and everything. Okay, now moving on. As soon as we go into the Grand Archives, the Crystal Sage is going to be there. It's the same one as we fought in the Road of Sacrifices as a boss. I'm using a bleed weapon right now, so it's going to appear straight up ahead in the archway there, and once you start doing damage on it, it waits a moment and then it's going to disappear, and then we got to finish it off later on in the level. So my main goal is I'm going to get as much damage as I possibly can in on it before it disappears. That way it makes it a little bit easier later on. So I'm using the Warden Twin Blades to get a bleed on it. And also, let's use both. I'm not worried about defense because I just want to go straight to as much offense as I can get. So I've got the Lloyd Sword Ring on to boost the damage, as well as Ponta's Right Eye, which boosts damage after a couple hits, which will be started really quickly because of these are two-handed weapons. So we're just going to run straight up, make sure we dodge any attacks that the Crystal Mage might use. And I mean, he uses magic primarily, so it's pretty easy to dodge. So let's get as much as we can in on him. There we go. Ah. I didn't even see how much it actually was. But that worked out pretty good. I'm going to switch back to my stuff that I want to use for this playthrough. And I can already hear, so he's going to be shooting spells down at us as we're making our way through the area. We'll get to a certain point. I have a way to take him out very quickly so he doesn't pose much of a problem. Straight up to the steps to the right is a crystal lizard, and is the correct direction to go. This is kind of just a big circle. There's nothing else around here in this area. The only way to get into the Grand Archives is I said to the right, huh? Is up to the left and then returning right, and you're gonna drop down this broken set of stairs right here. And then straight ahead we see one of the candlestick guys right here. And actually, before we get too far, I'm going to add in some blue bug pellets into the quick menu. There is a lot of creatures that do magic damage in this area. There's a lot of thralls and a lot of magic, which is one reason why I chose the armor that I'm wearing, because it does have a little bit higher magic resistance than some of the other ones of its same weight class. So we just went off to the side. We're just taking care of like the little side items that we're picking up right here. And then this is like the main hallway, I guess, is right here. And then everything left and right is just little side areas in the bookcases. So we got an item right here. And when we get upstairs, there's going to be a lever that drops this bookcase down right in front of me. Drops it down, and there'll be a chest behind it with a slab. And before we attack those guys, we're going to go up to the left up these stairs, and there's an item as well. And let's see, the two that are closest to us that I'm switching in between right here have less HP than the far one. The far one's a little bit stronger, and you can see the difference. The far one has fire coming out of his head, and the other ones don't. So that's a reference as to it takes about half as many hits to kill the non-fire ones, and the one with fire about twice as many as the other ones. So we'll take care of the non-fire ones first. I mean, these guys aren't very hard. They're very slow. But you gotta watch out for that wax shit they shoot out, because you can't even roll when it's on you. But these guys also drop... What do they drop? Is it crystal gems? Simple gems? Son of a bitch. I think they drop crystal gems. I'm pretty sure. But they also drop the scholar's candlestick, and their clothing that they're wearing. So right back on this side, there's going to be a Lothric Knight with the spear and shield. Take care of him real quick to get the items that are back here. Oh, that didn't hit. Oh, fucking A. One hit left and I can't get a fucking hit in on him. Fucking ridiculous. Inside this room, got the crystal chime. I believe that does miracles as well as, is it magic? Yeah, so sorceries and miracles, it casts both. And before we continue on, right on the ledge, we have a Titanite chunk. Alright, and now we'll move on out of this area to the right hand side into the dark area right there. But first, we're going to dip our head in the wax. Now when you dip your head in the wax, it lasts, I don't know, like 5 minutes or something. But it protects you against curse. And the bookshelves have these ghost hands that come out of them, and when they hit you, they slowly will build up curse on you, which leads to instant death. So we want to make sure we keep wax on our head at all times. Up ahead in this dark foggy area, there's no enemies in the bottom, but there is 2 crystal lizards. The one at the bottom of the stairs right there we'll go to first. And the other one's on the opposite side of this pillar. And we do have an item right here. And see, no damage. If it didn't have the wax on, it'd be taking damage and curse. And then right to the left hand side of these stairs is a lever that opens up a bookcase right over here. Let's see, I think there's a pyromancy. Yes, power within, as well as the witch's locks. It is a whip that also does fire damage, split physical and fire damage. Has a really good weapon art for a whip. And there's gonna be one of the candlehead guys. I think candle scholars maybe is what they're called. There we go, scholar candlestick, which is it's not a good weapon. It's good to have in your offhand if you're a mage, because it boosts your sorcery damage. And then there should be another one that just walked in through the door here. Now when we head out here, we'll start having magic attacks from above, from the crystal sage or mage, whatever he is. First thing first, kick down the ladder that's straight ahead, create a shortcut. Through this little archway is a Titanite chunk. And don't mind the dickheads upstairs. Oh, and a crystal lizard right around the bookcase. Yeah. So I'm gonna eat a blue bug pellet. We'll take care of this guy real quick. Alright, so I'm gonna put a bow on. And we're gonna shoot. Aim for his hat, right above the rail, and we'll get him in the head. All you have to do is hit him once, and he'll move to a new location. Oh wow, we did a lot of damage to him in the beginning. And so this will technically be his 3rd location that he goes to, and that is his final location. And we're gonna kill him here pretty soon. So continue on. There should be an item outside here. There is a ladder, but we don't want to use that. And when you come back inside from outside, straight ahead, oh shit, is the lever that opens a bookcase downstairs with a Titanite slab. I totally lost the wax on my head. Let's see. Okay. And we're gonna go this direction with the thrall on the steps. God damn it. There'll be 2 more thralls that drop from the ceiling, and there's a pool of wax in here that we definitely want to use. We'll do that right away. And this is gonna be our spot where we're gonna post up and finish off the crystal sage at. So put the bow back on, and so he's gonna, when we shoot him, he'll disappear, and he reappears either on this side or on that side, and you can usually get 2 shots in on him before he disappears again. Fucking bastard. Alright, let's get this started. There we go. Okay. So let's see where he starts at, because he'll just go back and forth. Okay, on this side. Usually the rail will guard you pretty good. So we'll automatically aim over to the next side, shoot an arrow into him, and then aim back over here. And then he would reappear over here, and we shoot an arrow into him, and then just go back and forth until he's dead. But we did so much damage to him at the very beginning, it only took a couple shots. Once he dies, you get a good amount of souls from killing him, as well as the crystal scroll. This is the last magic scroll that you get to give to Orbeck. And I highly suggest giving it to him and purchasing all the spells you can from him. As long as you buy all of the magic from him, he'll be available to summon for the Twin Princes boss fight. And I hear people say that he's no good, but I really like him. I think he does a great job. He casts the mist. I forget exactly what it's called. The pestilent mist, pestilent smoke. And it does a good amount of damage to the boss. I don't know. He's really good backup to have, especially if you're a melee guy. But anyways, so we'll come back down from the dead end and we'll head up the other stairs. And go straight back after the thralls to the other dead end. Take out this guy. And we'll come back and do these drop down items and grab them later. Soon, but later. After we unlock the elevator shortcut. And there's nothing outside here. This is where we'd come up at if we were to take the ladder earlier. Yeah, the crystal gems. They do drop crystal gems. And watch out for this thrall with the fucking flam bridge. He's a little bit tougher. Alright, so we got a thrall upstairs, and we should have another scholar, I thought, down below, but usually I'll come up here and kill him and then do a drop attack on the candlestick scholar guy, but whatever. So just make our way through. If you lose the wax on your head, like I just did, don't worry. We'll get some more in a moment. We are going to come back here because this is an illusionary wall. But on the side, past the desk here, grab a scale and then head down the ladder. Grab all the items. Got a shriving stone. And there should be a lever around here. Right on the other side of the stairs here. And there's a Lothric Knight back there. But there's no reason to go fight him. There's nothing back there. It's a dead end and a drop off. No items, nothing. No reason to fight him at all. Open up these and grab the Scholar Ring, which increases your intelligence by 5 points. And that opened up a shortcut to the wax pool, which we're going to use. Oh. I woke up this morning, I started feeling sick. My eyes are all warm, like I'm getting a fever. Let's see. Fuck it. Okay. So let's go straight across the wood bridge. We'll open up the shortcut and then come back, go through the illusionary wall and take care of that, and then drop down and grab all the items that are below. You have to ride the elevator down to open up the shortcut, because there is a wall past it that we have to open. Don't worry about the thralls outside of the room. We're just gonna go right back up. And if you want to be as efficient as possible, send the elevator back down. That way it's ready for us. Alright, so straight across the bridge. And we want to go up that ladder. Up. It'd be a good idea to put the silver cat ring on as well. We're going to be dropping down. Oh wait, and I forgot what this. So up the ladder and right around the corner, there's an illusionary wall. Pretty obvious. It's like a gate and everything right here. And the last Outrider Knight is in there. After killing him, you get his armor set, and then a one of the better sorceries right past him as well. So I'm just gonna cheese him. Nope, not with a composite bow. Nice shot. Let's get his attention. If you're gonna shoot him with a bow like I'm doing, keep your distance, because he can come out swinging very fast and close the gap in between you and him so fast. So the best way to do it is to lure him back. Here he comes. Oh, maybe not. Is to lure him all the way back here and get up on the stairs here, and we're good. Don't even have to worry about it. Just stand here and shoot him. There we go. Got the armor set, which is pretty good. I like the way it looks, and it's pretty good defense as well. If you go through New Game Plus, it works great in the Ashes of Ariandel because it has good frost protection. And so right past where he was, we get Soul Stream, which is one of the more hardcore sorceries. And we're just gonna backtrack. Let's see. Let's run all the way back to where we kicked down the ladder, or no, up a little bit higher. So just keep going down one set of stairs and then up the next. Do not go down twice. We're gonna go to the dead end where we killed the Candle Scholar right here, where there's a broken rail, and drop off the corner. Make sure you drop onto the top of the bookshelf below. There's a Titanite scale, and you'll see right below there's another item. So you can see like an L shape of the darker tops of the bookshelves. We just want to roll right off towards that. And to the left is the Avalon, a 3-shot crossbow. It's really cool. Alright, and then so we're gonna hop down. I like to run and jump and grab that item up there. So we'll do that right. Oh, I missed. God damn it. Oh well. Come around, grab the item, and we'll take the ladder up first, because there is one more thing that we have to drop down to get. I know this part's a little bit tedious, but we're gonna go get that crystal lizard right there. So we gotta go up to the next spot. Let's see. So we want to go on to the walkway, like the wooden bridge walkway. Here we go. And to the left is a broken rail. And move the camera around so you can target the crystal lizard. Once you get the target, just walk off and do a plunging attack. And you get 2 Titanite scales. We'll head down, and now we'll go over to the bookshelf that was lowered down, that I was talking about towards the beginning. There's a chest right back behind it, and we get a Titanite slab. Alright, so we got the shortcut opened. Everything below the shortcut is finished. if you need to go sit at the bonfire for any reason, now is definitely the time. I'm gonna dip my head in wax before I head up the elevator. If you do go back to the Firelink Shrine and come back, I highly suggest getting some wax on your head before moving on. And the way, if you are in this area and need to come out, over by where we fought the Lothric Knight, is the way out of that spot. And we'll just go into the shortcut. And take the elevator. And now heading upstairs is going to be, let's see, I think 4 of the Candlestick Scholars, so I'm definitely going to eat a blue bug pellet to protect from magic. They're kind of hidden around this area with bookshelves, and there's a ton of the hands that come out. So we'll just make a circle through the bookshelves. Like I said, make sure you have the candle wax in on your head. Otherwise, you're going to get screwed right here. God damn it. There we go. And before going in through the doorway, there is a chest off to the side of the door. Got 3 scales. Oh, what did we get here? Crystal gem. You little cheap fucker. And in through the only door up here. Again, make sure you have wax on your head. It's got a crystal lizard to the right hand side. And a whole bunch of hands. And then to get through for an item on the back here, which is a flesh bite ring. Flesh bite. What does that do? Increase, oh, it raises poison, bleed, and curse, and frost resistance. So, not bad. And now we're up to the rooftops of the Grand Archives. And up here is a bunch of the gargoyles that we fought at the Profaned Capital. To the left hand side, you'll see a break in the wall and a ladder. Just hop on down. And we'll go to the right. And at this point you don't have to worry about magic damage anymore. You're going to be physical and fire damage mostly. So all the way to the right, there's like a chunk over here and a gargoyle. You can definitely run through this and not even fight any of the gargoyles if you prefer. It's definitely doable. But if you haven't gotten any of their weapons yet, this is probably a good spot to try and get them. Alright, so come back and we'll continue straight ahead. Let's put the silver cat ring on. So there's 2 crystal lizards up around the corner to the left, but overall we need to drop down there first and grab the items at the lower part. So there is a gargoyle right up there. I'm going to get his attention and avoid him as much as possible. Hopefully he just runs right off the roof. And I'll grab the item right there. And then to the left up here is 2 crystal lizards right next to each other. I'm going to try and get both of them. If I can't get both, I'll get one. And then I'm going to go into the quick menu to settings and quit game to the main menu. Reload, hit continue, and reappear on the roof right where the crystal lizard would be, and it'll reload the lizard and it'll be right next to me, and I'll get the second one that way, and then we'll continue on from there. Alright, let's do it. Oh, got it. Nice. Alright. Now let's get the hell away from these fucking gargoyles. Like giant grunting fucking morons. Alright, so we're gonna drop down to the level below. I'd rather just avoid the Corvians, because in a group in this setting right now, they're pretty dangerous. Hopefully you've seen the direction I went. There's a hollow gem right here. Shit. And around the corner on the roof is another chunk. And I'm just gonna run. We're gonna run back. We're just gonna keep going, because right around on this side we're going to jump to another rooftop. Right here, just jump straight out. It's really hard to screw that up. Even if you accidentally just run off it and don't even get the jump in, you usually just land on the rooftop down here anyway. So here's Grey Rat. And none of the enemies can come down here, by the way, so Grey Rat's final resting place is right here on the rooftop. Grab his ashes. Make sure you pay your respects. And then there's also a 3 Titanite scales right by him, so. And that puts us back down in here. So before we go any further, I'm gonna head back to Firelink Shrine. Well, should I? Because I need to give Orbeck the things and buy everything from him. No, fuck it. Let's keep going. I figured it'd be easier just to take the shortcut, but fuck it. Let's just keep going. 14 minutes. Okay. So you want to come around to the wooden bridge part. And head up the stairs. Let's take the silver cat ring off. So everything's still dead, so it should be clear through here. There's another shortcut coming up pretty soon that we're gonna open up as well, which will be the shortcut to the boss. So we should probably get that all opened up, and then we'll head back and buy up the spells from Orbeck to initiate his summon spot. So we're gonna come around and we're just gonna avoid the gargoyles. Fuck them. Follow the rooftops to the right. Keep going up. Do not go down. Watch the ledge. Don't fall off. And now we're gonna drop down a little bit to the left hand side, and there is an item right here. We got a Titanite chunk. Now there's gonna be 2 gargoyles showing up next. We got one right there already. So we're going straight ahead to the next roof over. Stay to the right. Go all the way right around the corner. Roll on down, in through the window, and go to the right hand side. Alright, so we're safe right here. Now the gargoyles have quite a reach with their weapons, so this guy's so annoying. So when you come back through on the balcony here, just be careful of the gargoyles. They don't reach in through the window and get a hit in on you. Grab the last undead bone shard off of the humming, reading, dead guy in the chair. Around the balcony, kick down the ladder. Dip our head in wax again. And up ahead, there's a couple of thralls that'll drop down. You do want to take these guys out. And there is a Lothric Knight with one of the Ultra Great Swords. You can fight him if you like, I just avoid him. We'll walk through the very first door to the outside on the balcony here, so I can pick up the item out here. And head back in. Oh hey look. Alright, so we head back in and back this way. So this is a dead end, there's nothing else over here. Now, up ahead, we have 3 NPCs that we've met earlier in the game. Oh, maybe not all of them. 2 of them for sure. We got Lion Knight Albert, which was a summon from the Vort boss fight. And then we also have the mage with the crystal staff that invaded us at Untended Graves. But we also have one of the assassins that uses the Onakuri and Ubidachi twin katanas. So they're all lined up there. Now it's ideal to try and get them one-on-one. The hardest one is the dude with the great axe, the Lion Knight Albert. So let's shoot the first guy and try and drag him over. Hopefully the other ones don't come with him. If you do have trouble with this this fight, I'll show you how to make it a little bit easier as well. But I'm gonna see if I can drag over just one of them. Come on, man, where are you at? Alright, well fuck it then. Alright, so in order to make the fight easier, we're just gonna run past him. The next room up is an elevator that heads down, and that'll be the final shortcut. So let's open up that shortcut. We'll have access to the bonfire. We can grab this item, fuck it. Go straight in and to the elevator in the middle of the room. That way, if you do have any trouble with them, you have a direct route to the bonfire, so you can just get a second try in pretty easily. Alright, so we'll sit at the bonfire and we'll head back. And since we're coming up from behind at this point, we should be able to get a backstab in to initiate the fight. I put on the ring that makes me silent. So it looks like we'll be killing her first. Let's get a little bit of cover here. Alright. So this guy hits like a fucking truck. Hey, look at that. I tell you, I feel like I'm so over leveled. And you get the Golden West shield from him. What was it called? The Golden Wing Crest shield. Okay. Then we'll take out the assassin next, and you'll get his weapon after that. He's not too hard. I mean, just watch out for his weapon art. So the Onakuri and Ubidachi, very, very awesome katana weapon. It's fun to use and it looks hella cool. So we'll finish her off. She's actually pretty easy, but beware, she can parry you, but she does not have a weapon to riposte you with. So when she gets a parry in, you can get out of it. But she still does parry, and she'll try and do a magic attack while you're stunned. And you get the Sage's Crystal Staff from her. From what I understand, it's actually pretty good. When you do the buff, the magic buff on the staff itself, it has the highest buff there is in the game. All right. So hopefully you sat at the bonfire by now. If you haven't sat at the bonfire yet, it would definitely be a really good time to do so and come back. We're going to be taking on some pretty hardcore enemies up here. And I'm hitting my hour point on the video, so I just got to restart it really quick. Alright, so there's two directions you can go. Straight ahead will lead to the boss room. To the left hand side will be the way to the 3 golden angel knights. And the last Estus shard as well. Head around the circular rooftop to grab an item off the railing there. I'll just come around and head up the roof. You can admire the beautiful sun, or the pilgrim butterflies flying up in the sky there. I mean, supposedly I thought they're supposed to be flying towards the sun or whatever, but they're definitely not. Are they flying in that direction? Where the fuck is it? No, they're going like the opposite way, so I don't know. Whatever. Alright. So come up and straight ahead. You can see up on the roof there's golden winged knights up there. We're going to run up and initiate them to come down and immediately go back. And we're gonna suit up for this fight. So you're gonna want to have the slumbering dragon crest ring on. And I suggest using the hornet ring. It's definitely not required to do this though. I'm not worried about my weight, so I want to get my heaviest hitting weapon that I have. And we're just gonna backstab him over and over again. So make sure you're silent. Come up and stick to the left hand side and grab the first guy right here. Turn around and run right back down the stairs. And if you're looking to farm souls, well, honestly, the best place would probably be in the Ring City, but this is definitely, arguably, the best spot. At least in the main game. You get quite a few souls from killing these guys. So just rinse and repeat. And the other guy's circling around, so we gotta watch out for him. They drop a lot of souls. They drop large Titanite shards. They drop Titanite chunks. They drop blessed gems. They drop their weapons. Alright, that's it for this guy. There we go. Let's see if we can catch the guy right up here. Well, before he gets too far. So we want to, when you backstab one of them, make sure that it's far enough away from the other knights that they don't take notice. So we're just gonna run back, just hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. Where the hell's he going? There we go. So as soon as they, if you try and backstab them on the stairs, it probably won't work. You wanna do it while they're on the rooftop, whether it be up where I just was or in this area. Wherever you're on shingles is where you want to backstab them at. Don't try backstabbing them on the stairs; it never works out. And just, ah, shit, he's getting pretty close to that other one. Should be able to follow him without being noticed. Yeah, there we go. So this should be the final one to finish him off. Oh shit, what the fuck? Alright, so the first two are very predictable. This last one, he seems to be a little bit of a wild card. So we're going to backstab him and then run up around the corner and head up the stairs to lose him. I don't really fuck around with this guy. I don't take any chances with him. I just stick to the strategy of hit and run, period. Because anytime I ever try and do anything else with this guy and try and like finish him off early or get an extra hit in or something, I always get screwed over. He's a little bit unpredictable, so. So a run around past the doors, and right up around the corner is some stairs. And up the stairs is a ladder. And up the ladder is... It should be the, is it the hunter ring, right? Yeah, the hunter's ring, which increases your dex by 5 points. And that should conclude all the rings that up your levels. We got the knight's ring for strength, the hunter's ring for dex, scholar's ring for intelligence, and the faith ring. What the fuck is it called? Priestess ring for faith. If you're in New Game Plus, there is another item right here, another ring. I don't recall which one, but alright, let's see, where is he? He's right down below. Looks like he's facing that direction, so let's drop off right over here. Perfect. And yeah, shit. See what I'm talking about? Oh, I'm fucked. God fucking damn it. Well, that backstab obviously didn't work. Alright, now I'm back down to the last one again. Same one. So we'll just redo this and make sure it goes better this time. Alright. Up the stairs. And I don't need to go all the way up this time. I'm just gonna run off the side. Let's see what he's doing. Never really know where he's gonna end up because he never walks back to his original spot. He just kind of stops wherever. There he is. Okay. So we'll have to come up around behind him. And I'm just gonna do a lap around the little circle here. Which way is he facing? Alright, so we should be able to get another one in right now. Alright, so we should be able to finish him off after this. There we go. And for killing all three of them, you get a Titanite slab automatically. After killing them, go down by the doorways and look at the doorways as you walk around. And there's one that leads out to another rooftop, like this. And all the way back at the far end of the roof is the last Estus shard in the game. So that'll be a, we got the last bone shard behind one of the bookcases, so it'll be Estus Flask plus 10, and you should have 15 drinks worth of your Estus Flask to divide up between gold and blue. With all of the Knights dead at this point, I'm going to put the silver cat ring back on, and we're going to head inside the main doors of the tower. And there is a hatch opened up in the floor, and we're just going to drop straight down into here. onto the rafter. This rafter leads nowhere. Drop down onto the cage and through the door in the cage. And you get the Divine Pillars of Light miracle from whatever was held captive in this fucking bird cage. And then the only door out of the cage. Gonna walk, not run, walk out the middle of the door to land down below on the rafter after I switch my weapon back to, I forgot that I was carrying something else. There we go. Make sure my weight ratio is correct. Now there is one of those grubs down below, and he will start shooting at us, but it's that that really slow shot that they do from the Cathedral of the Deep. So just be wary of that. It's really easy to dodge, but make sure that you are keeping track of it and it doesn't hit you. On the main rail that we're on, we're gonna head back to grab the item here underneath the cage. Get a blessed gem, and now we need to drop down below. So we're gonna run off to the side. You don't want to be underneath the cage when you do it. It kind of fucks with the camera, so line yourself up. Make sure you're doing it on the side, because if you're in the dead center where you picked up the blessed gem, there's not a rafter beam that goes underneath that part like there is on the sides. So don't make the mistake of thinking there's one underneath you and drop down and there's nothing there. So we're gonna drop straight down here. If you are in New Game Plus, the Sage Ring +1 ring is up here in the rafters. I think it's over here on the far end. I think it's over here against the wall over there. But it's up here in one of them. Alright, so let's kill that fucking grub. Or he can just kill himself, I guess. Well, where the grub was is a ladder that leads down from here. So I'll take the ladder. And there's 2 chests. Grab that stuff. And now we need to get back. We need to go back up to where we were, where the split was. So we're gonna need to take that shortcut elevator, and it's much quicker to just use a homeward bone. We'll warp back to whatever bonfire we're at, and then head up the elevator. Yeah, because we should be at the Grand Archives bonfire still. So we'll warp back to the Grand Archives bonfire, take the elevator up, and then we'll make our way to the boss's door, where there will be a very final shortcut that leads down back to the DragonSlayer Armor. And that'll finish out this area until we defeat the boss. Alright, so from the bonfire, the closest stairs into the elevator. And this would be the farming route. You take that bonfire to this elevator, send the elevator back down as you run up, go to the left, kill the winged knights, warp to the bonfire, and repeat. That's be the farming the souls. Right up ahead is it's like a huge defense setup before you get to the Twin Princes here. There's a whole bunch of undead knights and crossbow guys in the immediate area, and then there's going to be a whole bunch of Lothric knights heading down the stairs as we make our way up. I mean, you can fight them all if you like, or you can just run right past them. I'm gonna do a little bit of both. So let's just make our way up, and the elevator will be upstairs to the right. Well, what ring do I have? I don't need this shit. There we go. Because I think all the enemies throughout right here have the chance to drop chunks if you still need some. Let's get rid of these crossbow guys. There we go. Whoa. Alright, here come the Lothric Knights as well as some shielded undead knights. Alright, fuck them. So I'm just gonna run past the rest of them. Once you get into the area where the elevator is, they cannot come in there. So I run to the right hand side through the doorway here. And we're safe. If you want the souls and the items or anything else from these guys, you can stand back here and just cheese them with arrows. Or if you want to risk it, you can do what I'm doing right now. It is very risky, because if you get hit by a couple of them at the same time, you're pretty much gonna get killed. Alright, so that takes care of them. There's nothing else outside here. Orbex summon will be on the other platform over there. But so we're gonna take this elevator down. This is the elevator that was like locked off right before the DragonSlayer Armor fight. It is a double elevator. So when we get down here, we got the shortcut opened up. We're gonna send it back up. And just so you know where we're at. And then, so another elevator comes up from underneath it. But just so you know where we're at, this is where we summon Aegon, and the DragonSlayer Armor is off to our right. Yada yada yada. So bring up the second part of the elevator, and we'll take that down to a little secret spot. And right in this little alcove in the wall is another Titanite slab. So from this point, there's no reason to go back up. And we're going to head back to Firelink Shrine and get ready for the next boss fight. Do anything you need to do prior to the boss fight. If you need to farm anything or upgrade anything, take care of anything, now is the time. Use a homeward bone. Head back to the shrine, and then to access the Twin Princes boss fight, you would go to the DragonSlayer Armor bonfire and then come back in to this elevator and head up. Alright, and so what I'm going to do is head back to the Firelink Shrine. I'm going to spend my souls. I'm going to give the ashes to, or not the ashes, the scroll to Orbeck, and I'm gonna buy the rest of his sorceries and then refresh the Firelink Shrine to make sure he's gone, and then that way I can summon him for the next boss fight. I'll see you on the other side. Alright, so we're at the DragonSlayer Armor boss bonfire. We're gonna run backwards towards the Lothric Castle. And head into the shortcut, the elevator on the left. And up we go. For this fight, I put on the best armor that I could. I'm going to be using the DragonSlayer's axe. Seems to do a pretty good job. this boss fight does physical damage and fire damage at first, and the second half it also adds in some magic damage. Make sure to let the Lothric Knights go by before you come out. I'm going to summon Orbeck. And we'll head in straight through the doors. You can also summon Cyrus for this fight as well. I'm just going to stick with Orbeck though. I definitely prefer just one summon. So for this boss fight, there are two brothers. The first one is going to disappear and reappear and do attacks. He usually does 2 swipes in a row and then pauses. So the best strategy I have for this is to, when you see him start to swing, you roll twice and then get a hit in, and then twice, get a hit in. He seems to always attack in pairs. So if you keep that in mind and dodge twice in a row and then get your hit in and then get ready to dodge again, you should be okay. At some points he will disappear and then reappear farther away from you. He usually reappears right next to you for the majority of the fight, but at times he will get some distance and he will do a much stronger attack where he raises the sword above his head for a moment and then slams it down, and a huge light attack goes across the floor. So you're going to want to watch him raise the sword up, and then as he brings it down, you're going to want to roll out of the way of the light charge that comes out of it. During the second half, the little brother will get on his back because he's crippled, and he does magic damage. So the fight will be the same as it was before, plus the little brother will be shooting magic at you at the same time. At that point, you're going to want to do your attacks on the back. So during the second half, you want to focus on killing the little brother on the back. So try to attack the back side of the boss. The bigger brother will go down because when he brings him back to life, he has less health. So he'll go down, and then you get free hits on the little brother while the big brother is down. But every time he goes down, the little brother will revive him and the fight will keep going. And this will progress on and on until you finally kill the little brother, and then the fight's over. So it's going to be pretty much the same tactics all the way through. We're going to dodge the swipes of the bigger brother's sword, get our attacks in between them. And yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of change of how the strategy goes between the two phases. We just want to watch out for the magic. Most of the time he shoots magic while he's at a distance away, so it's not like you have to dodge the sword and the magic attacks at the exact same time when he's up in your face. You just have to worry about the sword swipes when it's close range. So alright, definitely watch your stamina in this. And we head in and we'll get it started.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, Let it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Alright, so we don't know where he's going to appear at the start. So just roll as much as you can until you can get a lock-in on him. One. Oh. Now here's that light attack. He's aiming it at Orbeck. And you can, well, when he drops his head, you can get a riposte in on him.
Dear brother, I am on my way. My brother, unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
So now we want to focus on hitting him in the back. And dodging the magic. I'm gonna try and rebuff my weapon. Oh, I do not want Orbeck to die yet. Ah, shit. Nice. You can see both the damage, the health bars. So he also does the Wrath of Gods right before he gets back on his back, so watch out for that. What the hell? Gonna get free hits in on the small guy. And watch out for his spell. Run back in and get some more in on him. Shit, Orbeck's dead. There we go, it's over now. Oh, okay, cool. This fight's not too hard, as long as you just get the rhythm down of rolling and then attacking. I mean, in my opinion, from my experience, it definitely does feel like an actual rhythm to this fight. Alright, and that's it for the Grand Archives and this boss. In the next video up, we will be taking on the Soul of Cinder, the final boss in the game. we'll collect anything that we haven't gotten yet. We should have the last item from Cyrus, whatever fucking name is. Oh yeah, and we'll go and we'll join Rosaria's covenant. We'll become a finger of Rosaria now that Cyrus is dead. And we'll complete Leonhard's quest as well. We can also go pick up Aegon's weapon in the undead settlement. And I thought there's one more thing. We'll place all of the ashes at the thrones. Oh yeah, and we'll also collect Orbek's ashes in the Grand Archives, because he goes off and dies now as well. Like, everybody fucking dies at the end pretty much. And then we'll take the ashes and we'll give them to Yuria, and she'll give us a weapon for them. And yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. I definitely appreciate you for watching it. And I'll see you on the next video. Fine Dark Soul to you.